you are an ACOTAR fan, you need to drop everything you're doing because Sarah J. Maas just announced not only 1 but 4 updates for the next ACOTAR books, and we will get the first one this year. We will cover this and everything else that has happened in the fantasy and romantasy and sci-fi world during the last month. So let's do this bookish news episode. Sarah J. Maas was recently a guest on the podcast Call Her Daddy, where she announced that we are going to get new ACOTAR books this year. The interview is 2 hours long and you can listen to it on YouTube or on audio platform, but it contains spoilers of her series, so be aware of that if you haven't read them all. But during this interview, she announced that we are going to get multiple ACOTAR releases in just a couple of months. She said that we're supposed to look at this as a really long book, but split up in 4 parts. So the first part is going to be released the 27th of October this year, and part 2 and 3 will be released the 12th of January next year. And the 4th book, she is still writing it, but she wanted to finish the first one first. She said during the interview that it is ACOTAR, but she is telling it in a way that excites her, and she is telling it in a way to honor her fans and not play into industry rules, and she's doing what feels good for her. And considering how many fans, how many fan theories, and how many speculations are out there, I think that sounds really good for her. And if you are afraid of spoilers but still want to know what she's talking about, I can recommend this podcast episode by Basic Book Club Bitch, because she has condensed it all together and also put timestamps for her different series. So you can listen to the parts you're interested in without getting spoilers. So I guess we are all really excited about October now. Do you want to have some inspiration for what could be your next reading obsession? Then you should really check out the Fantasy and Romantasy Reading Guide. It's a completely free guide you can download, and you get book recommendations depending on where you are in your reading journey and depending on how much romantasy or fantasy that you like to read. So if you don't know what you should pick up next, or if you want to have some inspiration of titles you might have not thought about, I really think you should check it out. Use this code to go and download it, or check the link down in the description. Another thing that has been blowing up on Bookstagram and BookTok is that Danny Griffin is going to play a role in the TV adaptation of Fourth Wing, because he posted a picture of himself on his Instagram where he is reading Iron Flame, and that really blew up the internet. So a lot of people are speculating if he's going to play Liam or maybe Dane. But at the same time, the producer Michael B. Jordan said that there are no obvious cast choices for the TV adaptation yet. So I guess we'll see about this, but it's still exciting to get some news. Meanwhile, Pierce Brown has been a guest on Maud's book club, and he talked about when he's going to release Red God, the last and 7th book in the Red Rising saga. He told her that he is working on it right now, and he has about 1,000 pages, but he's still looking for that soul or that part of the book that makes it feel finished. He also said that finishing this book will also finish the series, and he will not continue hanging out with his character Darren, which he has known since he was 22, so we all understand that this is a big step for him. He also said that he previously thought that he was going to release this book this summer, but that's not likely anymore. But as we all know, if authors take time with their books, they're probably going to turn out better, so keep on writing, Pierce Brown. Kate Golden also announced that she is going to publish the sequel to the popular Half City, which is called Cursed City and will be released this year. Stacia Stark, who recently released the popular romantasy We Who Will Die, also announced that she is going to publish a sequel which is called We Who Will Rise, and we will get to know more information about that later on. Raven Kennedy also announced the first title in her new dark romantasy series, which will also be released this fall, and is called The Sweetest Fiend. And Imani Ario has published on her Instagram that her 3rd book in the Heavenly Body series, Holy Monsters, will not be released in November, and it will be pushed back till March 27 because she wanted to give it more time. She said on a podcast interview recently that this is one of her favorite books she's ever written, and like I said before, if she needs more time, maybe that's the best way to go. So we will have to wait for that a little longer. We also have so many exciting cover reveals to look at. First of all, we have A Darker Shore Letter from Ketterdam by Leigh Bardugo, and this is how it's going to look. We also have the cover for Deadbeat, the last book in her other series, and this is how it's looking. We have the cover for Turncloak, the sequel to Silver Cloak. We also have the cover for Barbie Dreamscape by Alex Astor. Victorious by V.E. Schwab is going to look like this. And we also have the cover for Tempest by Victoria Aveyard. Mirror of Infinite Endings by Stephanie Garber is going to look like this. And we also have Twisted Vows by A.V. Marie. Moth Blood by Lin D. Jung is going to look like this. And we also have the trad cover for Riftborn. And we also have some exciting news about a film adaptation, which I'm also really looking forward to. James Farrell, the former head of Amazon MGM Studios, has announced a new production company, which is called Red Sage Studio, and he is going to produce some romantasy movies and TV series. And they will produce a film adaptation of the popular Bridge Kingdom by Daniel L. Jensen. We also have the trailer for HBO's third season of House of Dragons, which you can watch here, and it looks really interesting as well. And we also have the last trailer for Project Hail Mary. That movie is going to be released the 17th of March, but I would warn you, because if you haven't read it yet, I've heard that the trailers are full of spoilers, so be a bit aware if you check it out. The author of Alchemize, Sen Liu, has officially sold over 1 million copies of her book in the United States and in Canada, so that is really impressive. And then we also have some more news from Spotify, who's taking even more steps to letting readers enjoy books in different ways. Because first of all, they are now partnering with bookshop.org and are letting customers buy physical books through the Spotify app. They're also introducing a new feature, which is called Page Match, which will help readers to seamlessly go between their physical or ebook copies and the audiobooks they're listening to. So it kind of seems similar to what Kindle is offering already, if I don't completely misunderstand, but that's a nice feature to have as well. That was all the updates I had for you this month. And if you are kind of in a reading slump or want to get more reading done without having these insane reading goals or stressing out, I have a really good video for you to check out here.